Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Um, I want to give y'all an update of my freestyling last night. I was getting dressed last night while I listened to, I was on Call Me Coco's live, and I was doing my makeup. My hair was pretty much already done because I did my hair the other day when I was talking to y'all. So hair was pretty much done. I just needed to do my makeup and then spruce up my nails. So I was listening to her live while I was getting dressed, and I just decided I was going to freestyle. I really want to get away from online dating. I mean, like, not completely get away from it, but I would like to have way more freestyling in my life as opposed to just relying on online dating. Um, so that's what I did. So I had a guy, well, really two guys asked me out, yes, for yesterday, but they're both guys that I already know, and I pretty much know that nothing is going to come to fruition from either one of them. And one of them wanted to take me to the movies, which I don't like to do. He didn't even ask me like, "What do you want to do? What would you like to do?" He was just like, "Oh, let's go to the movies." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then the other guy, um, he wanted to go to dinner or some club, but the club looked really ratchet. Not like ratchet, but just I just don't go to places like that. It's supposedly upscale, but it's like urban upscale. And that is so not my scene. I don't want to I just that's just not my scene. I don't want to go. I just don't want to go. I just don't want to go. So no is the answer to that. And he was like, "Well, where do you want to go?" Hey Milky Way, um, and Diego. Okay, hello. Um, so let me see, where was I? He was like, "Well, wherever you want to go." So for me, he's definitely somebody that I will continue to, spend time with as time permits. He's non-problematic, he doesn't, I don't think that there's ever going to be anything, blossoming, but as long as you, pretty much don't cause me any issues and are generally pleasant, I don't see any reason why we cannot remain in touch. Um, so it just wasn't going to work out and then I just kind of was like, I kind of have to weigh my options like, okay, spend time, go to the movies, which I don't want to do. So that's already a no. And then the other one was go to dinner with this guy that nothing's ever going to happen. And I'm like, no, I'd rather take my chances freestyling and see what I can find. You know what I'm saying? Do something different, do something new, shake it up. I haven't been freestyling by myself in a really long time. Because anytime you go out with a friend, you always risk not connecting with the best guy. So the last time I met my girlfriends out, like one of my friends ended up connecting with like the high roller, which is fine. Like I'm not going to be able to hoard all the guys, right? It's impossible. So she ended up getting the high roller. My other friend got his brother, and then I got stuck with the guy that was, anyway. And we didn't even exchange information. So that's just, you have fun when you go out with your girlfriends, but you don't get the pick of the guys. You know what I mean? Like you just get whatever you can get. So when you go out by yourself, you have the ability to be able to attract the best guy, the high roller. You have the opportunity to position yourself to be seen by a high roller. Like I remember to the day, almost a year ago, going out by myself. I went out on a date and then I went freestyling afterwards to this like five-star hotel, and they were having um a Halloween party, and I was able to do it. I positioned myself. I ended up meeting a guy. These people had sections. These sections start at $5,000 straight up. That's not even including the alcohol. That's just to sit there. and have juice and service, bottle service. Those sections start at $5,000. So I already know whoever is funding this section is the person that I need to talk to. So I ended up meeting a guy in that group, and it was like guys, girls, they were just all out hanging. I ended up socializing with everyone, including the girls. And I kind of like worked my way up to figure out who was paying for this section. And then I was able to finally kind of connect with him, and we exchanged information, and we talked a little bit. But he's like always in Dubai, so I never really like our timing is never um our timing is never such that we actually get to hang out or whatever. So, where was I? So, in other words, I just say all that to say me going out by myself is what allowed me to connect with a guy who was the one who was actually the high roller. If I had been with a group of girls, then he would have been able to pick of us, like, oh, I like her, or I like her. Oh, she's cuter, or oh, I like petite, or oh, I like short, or whatever. But when it's just you, like you look, when you're by yourself, you stand out more than when you're in a group. And then guys feel like they have a selection. So it is intimidating to go freestyle by yourself, but it's more lucrative. It's way more lucrative for you to freestyle by yourself sometimes and not always go out as a pack of women. You know what I mean? So that's what I did last night. Um, so I went to go, it's like a club where a lot of older guys go. Like I'm talking from 40s to elderly, like old. And it's a cover band, and they play a lot of like rock. They play a little bit of pop, I would say. Yeah, just I would say pop and rock. I don't think they played any blues that I can remember. I don't think they played any blues or R&B. I think they just played pop and rock, kind of like the classics. And so, that kind of music attracts a variety of people, which is great. So that way, the crowd is going to be diverse, because of the just kind of sticking to those hits or whatever. So I get there, and I kind of am trying to figure out what's going on, like if I should sit at the bar, or, our table's reserved. I've never been, so I'm trying to kind of get a lay of the land to see who's single, who's single, who's paired up, where can I sit, where should I position myself. I'm just trying to figure these things out. As I'm walking into the club, there's another black woman a little bit ahead of me, and she's walking. And then this guy is gonna get in his car, and then he's like talking to this woman, like, "Oh, I have a question." And I guess he was probably trying to get her phone number. Then he saw me. It was like he saw her and he talked to her. Then he saw me, and I could tell he instantly regretted doing that, because he was like, "Dang, I should have talked to her." But he'd already committed to talking to this other woman. So I just went on in, and I went inside the venue. Turns out she was actually the lead singer of this cover band. So they were on a break. They were like, they do sets and then they take a break. So she was actually on a break. I don't know if she smoked or something, or just needed to come outside. I don't know. So I was in there, kind of getting the lay of the land, and I ordered a drink, and then lo and behold, that same guy that just talked to her slithers in and sits next to me, and he's just talking and blah blah blah. And I really am very intuitive. I knew that he was dusty. I just knew it. I just knew it. He wasn't necessarily dressed dusty, but I can just tell. I have a sixth sense of sniffing out dust, and I knew he was dusty. He was white, an old white man, probably in his 60s. I just knew. And he's like blah blah blah. I would like to dance with you later. Now, normally I would probably say no, but I was like, yeah, that's fine. If I go dance with him, it'll give me a chance to be seen by other men, and I'll be able to get a different vantage point of this establishment and kind of like see. So I'm dancing with him, but I'm really looking at the environment. Scanning the room for other men. I'm scanning the room for other situations. I'm scanning the room to see who's with who. I'm just scanning the room because this is the thing. If you know a guy is dusty if he asks you to dance, but he doesn't offer you a drink. I already knew that before I agreed to dance with him, but I agreed to dance with him for my own purposes. So we do the dance and we come back and he's just really a sleazeball. Like he's trying to cop these free feels. Like I hate when I'm getting up and someone's trying to touch the small of my back and they're trying to cop a free feel on my butt and he just kept doing it and I took his hand and I put it up and then he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then he did it again and I'm like, "This guy's a sleazeball." So we get back to the area to the bar where I'm sitting down and he sits next to me and he's just going blah 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 talking about shit I don't care about. He still doesn't offer me a drink. I finish my drink and I sit it down like toward the bartender to take it. He never offers me a drink. I think I don't I think the issue with him is he's a sleazeball and he probably spends a lot of money um on women and drinks and stuff like that. So given his given probably the rate at which he goes through women, it probably he can't afford to keep up with his sleazy ways. And this is why guys offer women coffee on the first date. Partially because instead of them choosing a couple of quality women to take out, they would prefer to date 10 to 15 women at a time, as many women as will say yes. And so they're not able to afford nice dinners and things like that because it's too many women. So they will just offer coffee because they can't afford a good date. Now they could afford a good date if they would focus on a handful of quality women or one or two to date, but they don't want to do that. They want 5, 10, 15, 20 women. So that's the issue. So I was thinking in my head as he continued to blabber on and not offer me a drink, how can I get away from him? I need to get away. I had scoped out a couple of places that I could sit. And in fact, I had found a table that only had one chair. So I was like, push come to shove, I'll go over to that table that has one chair. Therefore, he can't sit with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm scoping out different exit strategies to get away from this guy. So then, AW, but unfortunately, okay, I don't even know what that means. Um, what was I about to say? Yeah, so the band started to play a song that I liked, and I was like, perfect. I was like, oh, I gotta go. And I just walked away. I didn't explain myself. I didn't excuse myself. I was like, I gotta go. And I just got up and I just walked away and I went to the dance floor and I danced by myself the entire song. I just enjoyed it. I really genuinely liked the song. I wanted to get away from that guy, and that was the perfect reason to do it. So I danced that whole song by myself, and then I'm coming back over to the bar to get myself another drink, and that's when I bumped into the potential. That's when I bumped into the guy that I ended up, just kind of conversing with for the rest of the night. So we just struck up a conversation. I don't remember exactly what, but I don't know. We just started talking. He just started talking to me and we started talking. He offered me a drink. I said, "Yeah, I would love another drink." And he ordered me a drink and we talked. And then his friend was there. His friend came over, talked with him. We went to dance. We came back, ordered another drink. Was still talking to his friend. He was ordering his friend a drink. And then he was like, "Oh, like I guess like there weren't any women in there that he was interested in dancing with." So he's like, "Well, will you dance with my friend?" I was like, "Yeah, definitely." So me and his friend danced and we just kept talking and we sort of like he was like, "Oh, do you like jazz? There's this jazz place I'd love to take you to next weekend." And I was like, "Yeah, I love jazz, and um just conversation, he was telling me about his company and different stuff he has going on with contracts and whatnot. And, you know, I could just tell, like, he didn't look like you if you just saw him walking down the street, you would have no idea how big his company is. But like I said, the same way I have a sixth sense about dust is the same way I have a sixth sense about money. I already can just tell. I can just tell. So we're having a conversation, and he eventually asked for my number. I give him my number. He's like, "Well, let's go here, let's go there." And I was just like, you know, I could have, but I just, you know, I would like to leave a little mystery, and I would also like to have a reason for him to do like make a second like a date, our first date together, because that wasn't really a date. That was just we met at this bar, which is upscale, by the way. Um, so I really just didn't want to hang out with him all night. Like, what is the purpose of that? I would prefer a date, like an official, like quality date. And he tried to kiss me, and I was just like, no. And I gave him my cheek instead. He was like, okay, that's fine. You know, like he wasn't pushy about that, which is a good sign. Um, you know, you always want to be with a guy who, guys are guys, but they need to be able to contain themselves. You know, they need to be able to, if you give them a boundary, like, I don't want to kiss you, then, and they're trying to go in for a kiss, and you like, no, I'm not doing that, they should immediately they should immediately alter their behavior to respect you. If they're interested in you and they're trying to impress you, they're going to respect your boundaries. If they don't, then they're going to push all your boundaries because in their mind they have nothing to lose. You're not anything that they're trying to hold on to, so they don't care if they lose you or not. But if they really want to have you around, like they want to get to the next step with you, they're going to be cognizant of, okay, I don't want to push her away. I don't want to violate her boundary and risk her never calling me again or risk her, you know, blocking me. So they will contain themselves. They do have the ability to contain themselves, even if they are really, really attracted to you. They have the ability to contain themselves. So I did not kiss him because I'm not gonna meet somebody and kiss them, like, no. And anyway, when we were getting ready to close out, I was like, "Oh, I ordered a drink with that other bartender because I was at the other end of the bar, which another bartender was serving. But when I first came in, it was another bartender who had initially served me. I said, "Well, I opened up a tab with that other bartender. I need to close out with him." He's like, "Okay." And so he ran over there, talked to that bartender, and I don't know what he said, but that bartender, the one that was taking care of us, gave me my card. He was like, "Here's your card." So I think what he did was, I think he transferred my tab to his tab and he took care of everything. And so this is the thing, like, when you're with a provider man, a lot of times you don't have to explicitly ask for things, because they will just do it because they can and they want to. They want to impress you and they want to make sure you're having a good time and it's not really a big deal to them. And you won't have to ask for little small things like that. Like I didn't ask. All I did was just say what was going on. Hey, I have a tab with that other guy. I need to close out. And I'm not gonna say he sprinted, but he walked very hastily. He walked with purpose over there to get everything resolved. So that was boom, 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 taken care of. He closed out the tab and walked me to my car. I did not kiss him, but I had already given him my number, so we just kind of like, you know, get home safe, blah 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 blah. I was going to go to this to do a little bit of salsa dancing, but I had never been to that place and I didn't know that that area of town was as ratchet as it was. So when I pulled up and I was walking around out there, I was like, "Oh no, this is way too ratchet. I got to get the hell out of here." And I never hang out over there in that particular little district because it's a lot of college kids that go there. There's a lot of younger people, kind of like hoodish people, a little bit of like Just it's just I don't like being over there, and I never have. So I rolled out. I was like, oh well, then my night is over. I'm not going to go anywhere else. I don't want to go to any after parties or anything like that, just for the fact that Fridays are a difficult day for me to go out because I'm usually sleepy. You know, I've gotten up at what, 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. So if I'm out until 12 or 1, you think about it. I'm up for literally almost 24 hours. So Fridays are a little hard for me. So I was like, no, let me use the little bit of energy that I have just to go ahead and get home. My daughter has a game in the morning. Let me just, get on home and get a little bit of rest so I can get up for the game. And so that's basically what happened. I would say that last night was a huge success for the simple fact that now I know that venue. I can always go back and find more potentials. Now I kind of know the bartender. I'll be able to navigate that space a lot better. But I am happy with the quality guy that I did meet. And I am looking forward to our date. He already texted me that night and he texted me the next morning. Um, if I'm pretty sure if he had his way, he would take me out this weekend. But I'm gonna make him go ahead and wait until next weekend so that we can go to dinner and go to the jazz club. And I'll probably ask him to bring me flowers. So that is that. So, ladies, definitely get out there and freestyle. You know what I was thinking about as I was in the car? I kind of found myself stalling. Like I was like, okay, let me look at my makeup. Okay, let me do this. Okay, now I'm looking at something on my phone and I'm like, okay, I'm stalling. And I think I'm stalling because I'm a little bit nervous to get out there. So hopefully I'm not coming across on the channel as though I'm some superhuman person who has all the confidence in the world and I have it all together and I'm perfect, because I'm not. Like, I was nervous. I was genuinely nervous. I think the only thing about me is that sometimes I will do stuff and be nervous at the same time. It doesn't mean that I'm not nervous. It doesn't mean that I don't have a little bit of butterflies in my stomach because I'm doing something, um, that I haven't done. Now, as far as schmoozing with men, I'm really good at that. So that's my that's my strong suit. I really, it's not that I'm confident in schmoozing or, dealing with high net worth men. I've just been doing it so long, so that's not the issue. Like, once I get a man in my I'm not going to say in my web like like a spider or something, but once I have his attention, I'm good. I can schmooze with the best of them. He told me, he was like, I haven't heard this many good things about myself. I've heard more good things about myself in the last 30 minutes than I have all week. That's what I tell y'all when I talk about being the fantasy. That's what I'm talking about. Like, be a break away from work. When you're the one when you're the boss and you're the CEO and you have a whole big team that you're running, you're constantly giving people direction and feedback on what they're doing. And then you're interfacing with your customers and vendors and whatnot and taking criticism for them. But it's like, really, you really don't have anybody supporting you on a human basis. And that's what a lot of these high caliber men crave. They really do value that. And that's why when they're with you, they'll just be spending money. They'll just, because they're having a good time. They enjoy your company and they're just going to spend money on you. And that's just what it is. Schmooze and stroke their ego. If they're spending money on you, then you're stroking their ego. If That's why I wasn't talking to that dusty guy. I wasn't, because he thought that he was about to extract my feminine energy for free. That's literally what he thought. He thought he was about to extract my energy and leech off of me without investing anything into me. He didn't offer me a drink, and it's like, mm, you're sleazy and broke. So Please get away from me. But it's like I have 2 feet, and this is what I really encourage you ladies to remember. You have 2 feet. You can hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all, thanks for holding. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, get up and use your 2 feet. Don't ever, ever feel obligated to talk to someone just because they're talking to you. Trust your intuition. When your intuition tells you to move on, move. Don't double and second guess yourself. And I don't mind coming off as being a little bit rude. Because if you think about it, I'm really just serving the same energy. What 60-year-old man sits next to a beautiful woman in her 30s and doesn't offer her a drink? That's just rude and dusty. And you think you're about to strike up a conversation. This man sat next to me and ordered a drink for himself. He ordered a drink for himself and proceeded to start running his effing mouth. He did not ask, "What are you drinking?" "Well, I see you're working on a drink right now, but please allow me to get the next one." That's what a gentleman says. And that is the caliber of treatment that I'm used to. I'm used to men buying me bottles of wine, bottles and sections and VIPs and everything else. So, do you think that for 1 millisecond that I'm about to sit next to you and laugh at your corny jokes and stroke your ego, and you can't even so much as offer me a drink? Oh, hell no. I'm looking around and I'm scanning for an exit. He probably blabbed his mouth from anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes. Hold on, y'all. Okay, once I get off the line, I'm gonna go deal with this supposed mosquito or something that's in the house. But I was like, "Girl, go in your room until I can find the bug." Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, um, it was probably about 3 to 5 minutes of him talking after the dance, but that 3 to 5 minutes felt like an eternity. It felt like the longest effing few minutes of my life. And when that song came on, I jumped up and I just walked off. I didn't explain myself. I didn't excuse myself. I don't owe this dusty male anything. There's a thing like these guys are going to learn either today, tomorrow, or maybe they won't learn. And the interesting thing is, it's not even about them learning, it's about Black women learning. It doesn't matter what you think about Black women. You think your whiteness has some type of cachet with me, but it doesn't. I don't give a shit about white. I only care about green. Okay. It could be, I don't care what color or age you are. If you are not investing into me, you need to get away from me. Like, I don't owe you anything, not a damn thing. And you're not about to roll up and think that you're going to monopolize my time. Like, I'm supposed to be grateful that this old white man is talking to me. Like, are you kidding me? Oh, another interesting thing, like once I started talking to like the guy that I ended up, you know, spending the evening dancing and drinking with, on the way out, like this white lady, this older white lady, probably in her like 50s or 60s, she comes up to me and she's like, "You are beautifully dressed. Like, great choice. Like, I love your outfit." And the interesting thing about her doting on me with my clothing was that, hold on. Okay. Um, what was I saying? When she came up to compliment me on my outfit, he was just telling me that he loved my outfit. So he was telling me, "I love your outfit." He was like, "I love your jewelry." He's just going on and on about how great I am. And then out the blue, this random white lady comes up to me and compliments me on my outfit. And he's like, "Yeah, exactly. She looks great, doesn't she?" And I'm glad. I went with my intuition. I wore like a jumpsuit. I wanted to wear a dress, but something was telling me, "No, no, no, no. Just wear the jumpsuit," because I don't know, I felt like the jumpsuit was gonna be a little bit more versatile, and, I didn't quite know what I was gonna be doing, if I was gonna go dancing or whatnot, whatnot. So I thought that some nice sparkly heels, a jumpsuit, and a clutch would be the right choice, and it was. Um, Another thing that I really learned from that freestyling experience is that it's really easy to, like, when you go to a mixed environment and you are a phenotypically black woman with a black body and elegant, it's just so easy to just be superior, like, to all the other women. Like, it really is. You don't even really have to try, especially when it involves dancing. I mean, come on. These women, gosh, they look, the good thing about them is that they're having a good time, even though they're offbeat and stiff. They're offbeat and stiff and bad built. So when you're elegant and you're floating across the dance floor and you have hips and body and vitality and melanin, it's just easy to be superior. It's just easy to just be the obvious epitome of feminine beauty. It's easy. You don't even really have to try. All you have to do is just be yourself and you just stand out and you're just amazing. So, so that's great, you know? So that's just the beauty of being a black woman, and I'm grateful. I'm very, very grateful. Oh, and so that guy that I ended up talking to, he's actually Indian. I don't know what it is about Indian men, but they love me. Indian men love me. They really, really do. Okay, hold on, y'all. Okay, let me scroll up and look and see what y'all. Hi everyone. How much have I missed? Hi, Dr. Osiris. I'm not, you probably missed about maybe 10 minutes or so. I don't know. Hey, hey, I date you, the Afrocentric woman, but I wouldn't want to ruin your day. How would you ruin my day? Because I'm scary and ugly. I don't care about looks, but can you afford me is the question. I prefer salsa on a burger than a dance. Sounds too messy. Okay, far more confident than I am. At least you're getting yourself out there. No offer of a drink. Yeah, he didn't. It was really terrible. Should have kicked him. Oh, no, no, no. I'm not violent. I wouldn't kick anyone. I would just walk away as a woman. I'm broke AF, but damn, I feel embarrassed on behalf of all real men everywhere. Dr. Osiris, get your money up. Get your money up so you can get you a good woman. If you already have a woman, get your money up so you can spend more money on her. Lexi says she wants you to. I don't think that she did. I get compliments from white women on my clothes all the time. I think that sometimes white women get in a rut with their clothes, at least maybe in my demographic, like even when they have money, they can get in a rut. And so when you wear something that's kind of like a little bit fashionable, it looks put together and elegant, I get compliments from white women on my clothes all the time. In fact, I have specific dresses and pieces depending on where I'm going. I'll put them on depending on who I think the wait staff will be or who I think will be the clientele or who will be there, because I already know certain dresses get certain responses. And sometimes it's not just from men, it's from other women. And it's not necessarily sexual. It's just, they're just complimenting, like, oh, you look elegant and put together and fashionable. So I don't think she wanted me. It wasn't anything sexual. Do you find slim women attractive? I'm skinny and I don't have any curves. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to another guy in the chat? Um, okay, does it have to just boil down to money though? Shouldn't it be more about both than money? No. It's for me and my channel, it's about money. Not to say that money shouldn't be involved at all, but you made that sound a bit narrow-minded. That's fine, Dr. Osiris. This channel is definitely not for everyone, and this channel is highly focused on resources. The women over here, we want to make sure that we get the resources secured before we're able to do other things in the relationship. There are other things that follow, like love and commitment, devotion and nurturing, but that's only after we take care of the business. So you are saying that you yourself said, I'm broke AF. Any man that tells me that they're broke AF, I would tell them, get your money up, open up a business, get a promotion, like do what you have to do to get money. Just go out there and get it. Like, I mean, that is the answer. The answer to your problem is go get money. It's very simple. Afrocentric woman, do I find slim women attractive? I'm actually attracted to men, so I don't really judge women by their body build. Um, there are some guys who do like petite women, especially some white guys that really like petite women. So when you're petite, you do have a lot of choices with certain calibers of men. So you just kind of have to find your um you kind of have to find your stride. But I think more than anything, it's about you falling in love with your own body. You need to love your own body because how you feel about yourself attracts others, and how you feel about yourself informs how other people will feel about you. So, like me, I'm genuinely in love with my own body, like obsessed with my body. Like, I love it. I love a lot of things about myself. So that's where the inner confidence comes from. And that's where I'm so magnetic. I'm so magnetic in bringing in, drawing people into me because of how I feel about myself. So it's not about externalizing who likes this and who likes that, and do you like this and do you like that. It's about how you feel about yourself. You know, I'm asking, do men find women, slim women attractive? Well, I think that men like variety, so you have like again, you have to fall in love with yourself and not try to chase, oh, are they attracted to a big booty? Oh, let me go get a butt injection. Oh, they're attracted to this. Let me get implants. Oh, they're attracted to that. Let me get this. Because you'll always be on the rat race. You'll always be externally motivated by trends and what people like today versus tomorrow versus whatever, and then you'll miss the boat on actually learning to love your own body and feeling comfortable with how you show up. And I've talked about this in multiple other videos about finding your own personal style, finding what accentuates different parts of your body, finding what um finding how you will um play up certain aspects of yourself and embrace things about yourself. So that really is the question. Like, it's not about do they like this, do they like not like that as far as physical is concerned. It's about achieving your best body and embracing your body as it is and finding styles of clothes that look good on you. And so everybody is different. I wish it was that simple. If it was, I wouldn't have been housebound for the last 9 years. That's why I'm broke. Disability benefits aren't as good as people think. Yeah, I understand. You might have to start a business online, like whatever you say you can do it. Whatever you say you can't do, you can't do it. And if you feel like you're broke, I mean, give you access to a certain level of woman with your disability benefits. And then there's certain women that would be out of your range. That's just life, right? I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It is, you can afford what you can afford. But you can't shame women into lowering their requirements because of your personal situation. Just like I can't, like, I'm tall, right? I'm tall and I have a statuesque um, build. So if someone wants someone short and petite, I cannot shame them into what they want. Like, oh no, you better like me because I said and I want to be liked. Like, that's not how life works. They're going to go find what it is that they're into. And it's the same for women. Like, if your budget is what it is, so you have to, find someone within that range that you have access to. And then there's going to be some women you have access to, and a lot of women that you don't have access to. It is what it is. Um, Trucker Maat says you can also find a woman who also has a disability. Yeah, you could. I know that they have like meetup groups and stuff, or like online forums. Because I know that there was somebody on the channel a while ago who was asexual, and I was like, well, you need to probably find somebody that's asexual. Like, I would join a support group for that and just find it. I just feel like anything you want, you set your mind on, you can just go connect with what you want. That's more lucrative and beneficial than trying to shame other people or trying to berate other people, or, well, those are different. Those are strong words. Instead of, trying to force, something round into a square peg. I don't know. But just go find what you want. Go find what you need and go get what you can get. And then over here on this channel, we're focused on what we're focused on. And I'm very transparent. Our primary, the first thing that we are establishing is resource investment. Once we get the resource investment established, we move on to other aspects of the relationship. But we're not going to skip resource investment. We're not going to skip that step. It's just not going to be skipped over here. There are other channels that talk about falling in love, and there are other channels that talk about having your head in the sky and in the roses and your nose open and all of that. You can go and get that somewhere. That's not what Afrocentric Woman channel is about. It's just not. We will not fall in love until it's safe, and we probably won't fall in love. We will grow in love. Over here on this channel, we will grow in love once we as women, we're the only ones who can say when it's safe for us to love. We're the ones. You don't nobody else tells us when it's safe to love. When we have completed our vetting process, when we have established that a man is consistently investing into us on a long-term basis and that it's going to be lucrative for us, then we will grow in love, and then the benefits will be exponential as far as what the man is receiving from the relationship, because what we have to offer is quite priceless. We have a price, but still yet what we offer is priceless. How tall are you, Afrocentric? I'm 5'11", and I would love to wear heels in public, but struggle with anxiety with it all. I am tall and slender and get many compliments. Cozy girl, you better work that thing. I was just with a woman the other day. She's 6'1", beautiful, dark skinned, model-esque woman. She's model-esque in that she's very her frame is very petite. And I think growing up in the Black community, I think that women who have that frame can feel a bit insecure, because more of the thicker body types are the ones that are more coveted among Black men. However, when you are thin like that, you can pull off so many outfits, like pencil skirts and like droopy dresses, like flowy dresses, those ones that kind of like those satiny ones that kind of like flow off the body. I can't wear that. It looks crazy on me because I'm so hippie. You know what I mean? Like, something that's supposed to be kind of like draped over the body, it doesn't look good on me because I'm so hippie. It looks silly. But women who have a very thin frame, they look beautiful in draped clothing and they can pull it off. So I really think it's about growing in that confidence. I was literally towering over the man that I was with yesterday because I had on like 4-inch heels. But I was like, are you confident with a tall woman? And he's like, well, yeah. It's like, well, yeah, you seem confident. So my thing is all about the guy. If he's confident, I'm fine with it because I don't care about height. I don't care about age. I don't care about a lot of stuff. Okay. I care about what are you doing to like, are you, are you generous? So, um, I would wear the heels. So, I would recommend finding clothes that you feel good in and don't be shy about your heels because I promise you there's going to be some guys. Look at Kevin Hart and Aniko. Look at who else is with a really tall woman that I'm trying to think. There's plenty of guys who have super tall women and they're fine with it. But I would think that that's the thing that's going to help you stand out. And I would play it up instead of playing it down and definitely find those clothes that look really good on that thin frame that other women can't wear. Like find outfits that only you can pull off that other women can't pull off and like go for it. Like I look good in bodysuits, right? And stuff that like kind of accentuates my hips and stuff like that. So, um you are so right. I've been told that I can pull off any type of outfit. Yeah, that's what I would say, Cozy. Like, go for it. Find those ones that only look good on your type of frame when you're going out, and that's going to set you apart instantly. You are so welcome. You're so welcome. So, yeah, unless anybody has any other questions, that is my update on freestyling. I look forward to doing more of it. There are a few other places that I want to go. And I'm going to start trying to kind of I think I'm going to aim for at least once a week or once every other week to go out and freestyle. Um, and then the guy I met, let's see, he's already texting me. Yeah, he's texting me. I'll probably text him back. Although I'm not about to chit chat with him a lot because I would prefer to save it for the date. Excuse me. I don't want to just go on and on chit chatting on text message when we could be talking in person, on a date. So I'll start making arrangements for childcare and everything as far as next weekend is concerned. Because he might need to make reservations and do whatever he needs to do on his end, and I'll do whatever I need to do on my end. And yeah, super exciting. So I will continue to keep you ladies updated on my adventures. And I look forward to hearing about yours as well over in the Discord. And y'all have a great day. Talk to you soon. Peace.